Hi, in this video, we'll take a look at troubleshooting VLANs. So we're going to take a look at a few examples here. So here we have a problem. It's looking like PC1 and PC3 can't communicate with each other. And maybe you see the problem? Oh, yeah, looks like, let's see, we're on an IP subnet here, two different subnets. Okay, we're assuming /24s here, so it needs to send it to the default gateway. PC1 is on VLAN 10. Okay, so that looks good. And then it needs to send it out, send it to the router. However, oh, here we go. This port here wants to send it to the router. It's default gateway, but it's default VLAN, which is VLAN 1. So here our problem is we need to change Fast Ethernet 04 to be VLAN 10. All right, let's take a look. There we go. Switch port access VLAN 10. All right, problem 2. Okay, well, actually, let's see here. Looks like we have router on a stick happening here. So there we go. Sub interfaces. Okay. And we need traffic to go from VLAN 10 here. Okay, that's this switch port here. Actually, come up here, go back out, down VLAN 30 to different subnets. Up again, not only VLAN 1, VLAN 1 is okay for this link, but we got some other issues. Okay, it needs to carry more than just VLAN 1 traffic, doesn't it? So what we need that to be is actually a trunk link and include at least VLANs 10 and VLANs 30. So let's change that to switch port mode trunk. Okay. Problem 3. All right, so let's see, we've got the trunk there. We have, oh, looks like we have a downlink here between S2 and S1, but that, not sure where that X is actually supposed to represent. Maybe that's supposed to be the problem. But what we need is switch 1 and switch 2 here. Both of these ports here need to be VLAN 10. Okay. If we happen to have another device here, which was not on VLAN 10 port, let's say it belonged to the 172.17.30 network, and we wanted this port to be 30, then we'd, instead of VLAN 10 here, we'd actually make this also a trunk link. All right. Number 4 here. Okay, what's the problem here? All right, let's see. We have 172.17.10.21, okay, /24. Okay, so it's on the 172.17.10.0/24 network. Should put that prefix link there. 172.17.30.23. Okay, so that's on the 172.17.30.0/24. So that's looking good. So for these two devices to communicate, okay, VLAN 10. Okay, this is the old legacy here, so we got a VLAN 10 there. That looks good. VLAN 30, okay. So it's going to send it up. So for PC1 to talk to PC3, it's got to send it to its default gateway, which will be router R1, and it's got to go up this link here on VLAN 10 to gig 0. And we, oh, there we go. Huh? What's wrong with that address? Okay, we need to change that to a 10. All right. And then everything else looks pretty good. Okay. And really the best thing to do here is to, well, let's finish this here. So, okay, change the IP address on the IPv4 address on router R1. Of course, another thing we can do here is what we eventually should do is make this a trunk link and make it a trunk link and do sub interfaces on router R1. Okay. Problem number 5, you know, most actually, you know, the vast majority of network problems, especially in the enterprise network, is due to misconfiguration. So it is something that we need to always be careful of. All right, so what's the problem here? Okay. So we have, again, the 172.17.10.0/24 here. Looks like R1 looks okay. Let's look at PC1 here. Ooh, that doesn't look good, does it? Okay, so we need to change the IP address of PC1. Everything else looks pretty good, but that should be, obviously, should be a 10. Okay, so it looks like we changed that. There we go. That fixes that. All right, how are we looking here? All right, so we have the 172.17.10.0, and this is kind of an oddball. We're assuming this should be a /24. Why are we assuming that? Because this is on VLAN 10. This is on VLAN 30, a different VLAN. We look at here, 172.17.30.23/24. So this is a /24. Okay, looks like our default gateways look good, but look at the problem here. And actually, this can be, you know, can cause some intermittent problems in your network, and maybe a little hard one to solve. But look at the prefix link /16. Okay. So what the problem here is actually PC1 sees anything with 172.17 on its network. Remember, it lives in a bubble, right? So PC1 says, I've got a /16 mask. So my network is actually 172.17.0. There we go, .0/16. And if it had a packet to send to 172.17.30.23, it would say, oh, I can get there directly. It's on my network. So it actually would send an ARP request. So the ARP request would, let's just walk through this. I love this kind of stuff, just doing these packet walkthroughs. So the ARP request would be sent to the switch, VLAN 10, and it would then send it out, flood it out, all ports that belong to VLAN 10, except the incoming port. Well, that's only this port here. The router would go, so what's this ARP request saying? It's saying, hey, I'm looking for who's ever 172.17.30.23, send me your MAC address. Well, the router says, well, that's not me, and I don't forward broadcasts, so that ends there. Nobody else would see it. This device here would never see it. It says, because from PC3's point of view, we're not on the same network, okay? But it would not even get the broadcast, okay? Now the interesting thing is what if we didn't use VLANs? Okay, what if we didn't use VLANs? Okay, so basically this switch, all the ports are on VLAN 1. Okay, so the broadcast, let's just, for sake of argument, would be sent out all ports. Okay, so this device would actually get the broadcast. Okay, and actually it would send back an ARP reply. Okay, send back the ARP reply. And some interesting things would happen here. So actually, from PC1's point of view, it can reach PC3. But from PC3's point of view, it can't really reach PC1 because when it thinks that this address, 172.17.10, is in a different subnet. So it might work for some things. Okay, it might actually work for this ping. But there's going to be other things that it won't work for. If PC3 and it tried to initiate the conversation, it would actually send it to its default gateway. Okay. Anyway, these are the problems when you don't do things properly. Okay, so and intermittent problems are the worst ones to capture, to find, to solve. All right, that said, best thing to do is just do your addressing schema correctly. Change PC1 to be in the right subnet. All right, so that's a little bit on troubleshooting. Always learn a lot more when things go wrong than when they go right.